Do you ever look back and think, Grandma never went to the gym. She didn't take supplements. She didn't count calories. And yet, she lived well into her 80s or 90s, strong, sharp, and smiling. No fancy diets, no pills, no endless searches about what to eat. Just simple food, grown, cooked, and shared with love. But here's the question that most people never ask. Why were our grandparents so resilient? Why did they recover faster, stay active longer, and seem to have stronger stomachs than we do today, even without modern nutrition advice? You might be surprised to hear this. It wasn't luck. It was gut health. It was fermentation. It was tradition. And what modern science is finally catching up to is what our grandparents already knew. That good health begins in the gut. And the key to lasting strength lies not in what's new, but in what's been forgotten. According to research from Johns Hopkins University, 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. That means your gut bacteria, the tiny microorganisms living inside your digestive system, decide how strong your immunity is, how much energy you have, even how clearly you think. Now here's the bad news. After age 60, gut bacteria diversity drops sharply. That means fewer good bacteria and more inflammation, slower digestion, and weaker immunity. But it wasn't always this way. Our grandparents ate foods that fed their gut, not starved it. They ate fiber-rich vegetables, fermented foods, and slow-cooked meals that naturally rebuilt their gut lining and immune strength. Modern diets, full of preservatives, sugars, and processed oils that kill those same bacteria. No wonder so many people over 60 struggle with bloating, fatigue, or constant colds. But it doesn't have to be this way, because the same foods that kept our grandparents strong, the same ones that carried them through hard winters and long days, can still do that for you today. So what were those foods? Let's rediscover them. Number 1. Fermented foods, nature's forgotten medicine. Before refrigerators, fermentation wasn't trendy, it was survival. Our grandparents fermented vegetables, dairy, and even bread, not because they read it online, but because it was the only way to preserve nutrients naturally. And here's the astonishing part. Today, scientists confirm that fermented foods like sauerkraut, kefir, yogurt, and pickles increase gut bacteria diversity faster than any probiotic pill. A Stanford University study found that eating fermented foods daily reduced inflammation markers by 50% in adults over 60. Why does that matter for you? Because inflammation is behind almost everything we associate with aging. Fatigue, stiffness, brain fog, high cholesterol, and weakened immunity. Eating fermented foods is like sending an army of helpers into your gut to clean up inflammation and rebuild strength from the inside out. Try this old-fashioned sauerkraut recipe. Slice a head of cabbage thinly. Massage it with 1½ tablespoons of salt until it releases juice. Pack tightly into a jar. Cover and let sit for 5 to 7 days. That's it. No chemicals, no machines, just time and nature. And here's the best part. It stores for months, even without refrigeration. Your grandparents didn't call it gut health. They just called it dinner. Stick with me, because the next one might already be hiding in your fridge. Number 2, kefir and yogurt, the living dairy. Our grandparents didn't drink protein shakes. They drank milk, raw, fresh, and full of living cultures. But the real gold? Kefir, a fermented milk drink, thousands of years old, used across Eastern Europe to keep people strong through harsh winters. Modern research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows kefir improves digestion, reduces blood sugar spikes, and even helps bone health in older adults. And for those who can't handle milk? Try unsweetened Greek yogurt. It contains probiotics like lactobacillus that protect your gut and boost immune function. Here's a simple breakfast idea straight from Grandma's kitchen. Mix a small bowl of Greek yogurt with a spoon of honey, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and a handful of berries. It's soothing, nourishing, and supports your gut all day long. Number 3. Pickled vegetables. Pickles weren't always soaked in vinegar and sugar. Traditional pickles were fermented slowly in brine, water, salt, and patience. That's what made them powerful. Research from Frontiers in Microbiology shows that naturally fermented pickles support immune cells and even help regulate blood sugar levels. And yes, they store forever. Our grandparents didn't need preservatives. They trusted time. Try this simple pickling trick. Slice cucumbers, radishes, or carrots, cover them in salt water with a few peppercorns and garlic cloves, and leave them in a cool corner for 3 to 5 days. You'll have probiotic-rich pickles ready to strengthen your gut. Number 4. Sourdough bread, the real bread. There was a time when bread didn't bloat you, when one slice satisfied you for hours. That bread was called sourdough. Sourdough is made using wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria, which break down gluten and phytic acid, making nutrients easier to absorb. A study from the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that sourdough fermentation lowers blood sugar response compared to white bread, a huge win for seniors watching glucose or insulin resistance. And here's why it matters now. Sourdough lasts longer, stays soft naturally, and supports digestion better than modern breads full of preservatives. If you want to feel 30 again, try this small act of rebellion. Buy real sourdough, not yeast bread. Your gut will feel the difference. Number 5. Garlic and onions, nature's immune shield. Before antibiotics, there was garlic. Our grandparents used garlic for colds, wounds, infections, and science now proves why. Garlic and onions contain allicin, a natural compound that kills harmful bacteria while feeding beneficial gut microbes. A study from the Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who ate garlic daily had stronger immune responses and fewer respiratory infections. Add a crushed clove of garlic into soups, stews, or olive oil, not just for flavor, but for fortification. Your kitchen can be your strongest pharmacy. Number 6. Bone broth and stews, the healing soup. If you grew up smelling a pot of soup simmering on the stove, you already know what comfort feels like. But bone broth isn't just comfort, it's medicine. Slow-simmered bones release collagen, gelatin, and minerals that heal the gut lining, support joints, and even help sleep. The amino acids in bone broth, especially glycine and proline, can reduce inflammation and aid digestion in older adults. Here's Grandma's original immune tonic. Dare save chicken or beef bones. Add water, carrots, celery, onions, garlic, and a splash of vinegar. Simmer for at least 6 hours. Number 7. Fermented drinks, the forgotten elixirs. Before energy drinks and powders, there was kombucha, tea fermented with a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. In traditional households, a SCOBY lived in a jar on the counter, feeding generations with gut-healing probiotics. Kombucha helps balance gut flora and support liver detoxification, 2 things that slow with age. If you can't find kombucha, try fermented ginger tea. Just water, ginger, lemon, and honey left to rest for a few days. It's soothing, natural, and gentle on aging digestion. Number 8. Root vegetables, the forgotten fuel. Potatoes, carrots, beets, parsnips, humble, hearty, and healing. They're loaded with prebiotic fiber, the food your good gut bacteria feed on. In uncertain times or cold seasons, root vegetables don't just fill your stomach, they rebuild your health. Try roasting them in olive oil and herbs, or making a simple stew with lentils and garlic. It's a one-pot meal your grandparents would recognize, and your gut will thank you for. Before we continue, if this message resonates with you, if you miss the taste of real food, if you want to feel strong again without overcomplicating your diet, please hit that like button, subscribe to Senior Life Plus, and share your thoughts below. Tell us, what's one traditional food you still eat today? Which of these recipes reminds you of your childhood? We reply to every comment because your story inspires us. Now let's finish this lesson from our grandparents with one final truth. Our grandparents didn't know what probiotics or gut microbiota meant, but they knew how to stay healthy. They ate simply. They ate slowly. They ate from the earth, not a package. And now, the world's leading medical centers are confirming what they lived every day. The secret to longevity isn't new science. It's old wisdom rediscovered. Fermented. Simple. Living foods do what medicine often can't. They heal from within. Gently. Daily. Naturally. When your gut is healthy, your immune system stays alert, your mind stays clear, your skin glows, and your energy returns. And you don't need a doctor for that. Just a cabbage, a jar, and patience. If there's one takeaway from today, it's this. The world has changed, but your body still listens to nature. Every spoon of sauerkraut, every bowl of broth, every piece of real bread. They whisper to your body, you are still strong. You don't need exotic supplements or miracle pills. You just need the foods that got your grandparents through tougher times than ours. Eat real, eat simple, eat alive. Your gut will heal. Your immune system will thank you. And your spirit will feel something modern food forgot to feed. Peace.